because impeachment has been an issue that we've all become all too familiar with, that next to the declaration of war, you can make an argument that impeachment may be the heaviest power that Congress holds. We have a duty to pursue the facts where they lead. President Biden and the Biden family. We owe it to the American people to continue this process, but to do it methodically and transparently.
All right, everybody. So let me just give you the short version of what's happening here, because, you know, homie's bringing up John Adams. You know, by the time I edit this, I'm not even sure that you guys are going to hear the full 57 seconds, because it's just a long-winded way of saying we're not going to go ahead with articles of impeachment for Joe Biden. And of course they're not, because Republicans don't stand for anything. And these Republicans that are in the building, that are in the House, that are in the Capitol, they don't stand for anything. Like, it's tired. It really is tired. So Joe Biden and his son, you know, they all kinds of backhanded money deals and everything, you know, Hunter Biden flying on Air Force Two, all kinds of craziness that happens. You know, to see Donald Trump get 91 charges or something at him for, you know, most of it for questioning an election, or even what about the case where they say like, oh, you overpriced the value of your house because you wanted to pay more money mortgage, you paid it off, nobody got hurt, and but we're still trying to put you in jail for that. So just to watch one side of the game do all of this to one man, and this House Speaker stands up here and tells you, hey, we have the evidence, but, you know, we have to do it methodically. That means it's just not, come on, it's 2023. It's the end of 2023. Next year is 2024. What's the point? What are you going to impeach Joe Biden to do what? To do what? What's the point? The Democrats had no problem trying to impeach Trump, just for the stain that it would give, for how it would look. We know that if you try to impeach Joe Biden, it's not like it's going to put him in jail or something like that. Like, no, it's not going to do this big thing to the person, but it drops off a stain to the party, to the Democrats, or it does something. It shows something. It shows the people, the base, the Republican base, at least, that puts you in there, that you're trying to do something, to show some effort. When they tried to impeach Trump, again, it didn't work. It definitely didn't work. He beat the impeachment. He beat the case. But the fact is that stain, for some people, it stayed on there. They knew it wasn't going to work. They just did it just for show.
Many of you know I'm a lawyer. I'm a constitutional law attorney. I served on President Trump's impeachment defense team twice. And we lamented openly, and we decried how the Democrats politicized that process. They were brazenly political, and how they brought those meritless impeachment charges against the president. What you're seeing here is exactly the opposite. We are the rule of law team. The Republican Party stands for the rule of law. And the people in charge of this are doing this thoroughly, carefully, methodically. They're investigating and gathering all the facts. And to do this appropriately, and to do it in a manner that upholds our constitutional responsibility, requires time. It requires a sound process. You don't rush something like this. You can't, if you're going to have fidelity to the Constitution. These chairmen are committed to proceeding in that manner. And that's what you're seeing.
Democrats tried to impeach Trump over a phone call, but the GOP pretends they need more evidence or a resolution or an inquiry process before they impeach Biden. The excuse changes every week. And she says the last 2 months have been some of the most clarifying months in America's political history. American voters have seen over the last 7 years that the GOP will do nothing to protect GOP voters from the Biden regime. But the GOP will mobilize to protect Israel's people. I didn't look. That's not me saying it, right? Y'all probably think that it's just me saying it's not. That's not me saying it, you know. And the problem is, again, this is true. It's exhausting. It's tired. She's so right about this. And I'm sure people got mad at her for saying this, but she's right. We needed to have this speaker so much. We went up there and said, the first thing he's going to do is help our friends in Israel. Now we want to see a little bit of movement with Joe Biden impeachment. Been hearing about this stuff all for his whole term and nothing, because guess what? We have to make sure we do it the right way. We have to make sure we do it. No, they've been all brought out. They have. I will say Trump was an outsider. I do believe this more than anything today, because if people could sit back and watch him bring an impeachment for Trump over a phone call. And today you can't even try to match that up. For you to say we have to do it methodically and get it right the first time, that's a lie. That's not what you're doing. That's not what you're doing. Stop gaslighting. People are getting tired of the gaslight. I know I am. We mobilize for everybody else, but we don't mobilize for ourselves. And we certainly, the GOP, they definitely on their knees for Israel. I mean, even look at this. Like, look at this post. Even just, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a resolution equating anti-Z to anti-S. 412 yeses. So everybody but 2 people. The only Republican was Thomas Massie, and of course, Thomas Massie actually is the only person who voted no, because Rashida Tlaib, all she could do was vote present because AIPAC is coming for her. And so I already know why she didn't vote no. Thomas Massie is the only person who voted no. What this does here, this is a speech regulation. This is what Republicans have time for, is to make more speech regulations because of anti-S. And everybody's so afraid of being anti-S that this is what they do in there. That this is what we have time for. Okay, not showing the world. If you were to impeach Joe Biden, it would actually show Democrats what these people have been doing with their tax dollars. But no, you're not going to do it because it's all part of the game. It's exhausting. I'm not one of these conservatives here who can pretend like, oh, this is a fair fight and we're in a ring and I'm not one of these people who are going to do it. I'm going to tell you the truth, and the truth sucks. It is what it is. I'm not afraid of any group of any people to tell you that this is a problem. This is not the first thing we should be doing here. This is not a priority in any fashion. It's not. But the donors, the AIPAC donors, say that this is a priority. So that's why this is happening. So here's your country, America. I see you guys at the next video. Bye.